If you are Asian, there's an 8% chance that you're related to him. If you're not Asian, there's still a 0.5% chance that you're related to him. He's responsible for killing 10% of the world population. 10%! He's the closest version to a real-life Thanos that this world has ever seen. Few figures in history have left a legacy as complex and controversial as Genghis Khan. Was he a visionary leader who united the Mongol tribes and created the world's largest contiguous army? Or was he a ruthless conqueror who brought death and destruction to the lives of millions? You already know the drill. No yap, straight business. Let's explore the question, was Genghis Khan the most evil man in history? Genghis Khan, born Temujin in 1162, came into a world of brutal tribal warfare. According to legend, he was born with a blood clot in his hand, which meant he was destined to become a great leader. In his youth, his father was killed and he was enslaved. The perfect formula for a villain origin story. From rags to riches, Temujin rose to power through sheer force of will. He united many fractioned Mongol tribes into one empire. He took the title of Genghis Khan, which means universal ruler. And the actual way you pronounce it is Chinggis Khan. But that sounds horrible, and I don't like saying that, so I'm gonna keep calling him Genghis Khan in this video. You're welcome. Bro really turned his pain into a legacy. Guy like me would have just hit the gym and called it a day, but he was built different. Genghis Khan genuinely believed he was fulfilling the mission given to him by Tengri the sun god through his conquest. One of his generational quotes was, "I am the punishment of God. If you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you." That is actual madness in a quote, and badness, and definitely not how God operates, but it's pretty electric. The Mongols under Genghis Khan were unmatched in their military prowess. Their physical capability on horseback was so impressive that people compared them to a centaur. Do you understand? Their tactics were brutal and efficient and always resulted in the complete destruction of entire cities. It is estimated that Mongol invasions led to the death of 40 million people. As I aforementioned, 10% of the world. His conquests were marked by unparalleled savagery. The Mongols would use their massive army to encircle entire cities, and they would just camp out and slowly enclose until ultimately they annihilated entire populations. It also wasn't uncommon for the Mongols to use biological warfare, such as catapulting diseased corpses of dead bodies into villages to spread plague and terror. And you would hope they would spare women and children, but unfortunately that was not the case. No different than men, they were also subject to slavery, rape, and execution. Extremely unfortunate. The psychological terror was a huge element. It ensured the swift capitulation of the Mongol regime being spread to other cities. Nobody wanted to fight back. It was a battle that they lost before the battle even started. These relentless and ruthless approaches by Genghis Khan show us just how inhumane and cruel he really was. But I will say, every good argument has a counter-argument. Would a fully evil man be capable of doing any good? Despite the violence and destruction of his regime, Genghis Khan actually had many qualities of a good leader. Yes, he was devious, and yes, this is an element of history people hate to hear, but hear me out. He established one of the first functioning postal systems, which allowed trade and communication throughout his entire regime. His legal code, the Yasa, emphasized meritocracy, which is a form of government many people argue for today. He also believed in religious freedom and equal treatment of subjects, so there was no racial barriers whatsoever. Everyone was genuinely treated equal within his empire. As you can imagine, this was extremely revolutionary at this time, as just a century ago, we had something that was very opposite of that in America. Genghis Khan also championed the advancements of science and technology. He drew scholars, artists, and craftsmen from different conquered territories into his own court. He also was a big advocate of Silk Road trade and wanted it to be done the right way, ensuring that everything that was coming from the east made it to the west and vice versa. As I mentioned before, his policies of religious tolerance allowed for coexistence of various faiths under one regime. This is something that most of us haven't heard of over the course of all of history. Against all odds, these aspects of his rule actually do represent that of a visionary leader. Beyond his military conquest, he made significant contributions to the progress of the world. But I will hold off on the glaze because we gotta get back to the reality of this video. And even with all the good he did, it does beg the question, is progressivism just a distraction from a bigger problem? But I'm not gonna get political. Matrix. Genghis Khan's legacy is a paradox, one of destruction and creation, cruelty and innovation. This man had an empire that spread from modern day Ukraine to modern day Korea. Do you understand how vast that is? But given all that I've said, I will keep it a buck. This man is evil. I think he's evil. You might disagree, and if you do, you gotta let me know and give your reasons why he's not evil. But, I mean, he was COVID before COVID. 40 million people, COVID didn't even kill 25% of that. And it literally wrecked the lives of everyone. So, Genghiskhan, terrifying, evil, fear-mongering man. Anyway, that's another banger in the books for you. As always, I hope you learned something, because that's what it's all about around these parts. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, so if you like this video, skyrocket in the algorithm, drop a subscription. Next thing you know, we're making it big time. Drop a comment with an idea for the next video. I really do appreciate you. I know, it just sounds like something people say all the time, but I feel it. Until the next one, we out.